Hey there, and welcome into Main Street Living. So good to see you back here. I'm Danielle Alvari.
Hey guys, I'm Quincy Carr.
And obviously, no Cheryl Nelson today, still dealing with some health issues, recovering from that. So, of course, we're thinking of her and praying for her as well for her recovery.
Yeah, and she sent us a text to let us know that everything is fine. You just gotta recover after you get any type of procedures done. But I know a lot of people are recovering from the winter season because Danielle, Memorial Day is coming up. That's the unofficial start of the summer. What do you got planned?
Monday, May 30th. I know I'm working that day, but I think I'd like to spend some time, obviously, learning a little bit more about why we celebrate it. Obviously, we're honoring the men and women who died while serving in the U.S. military, but it's been an official holiday, I think, since the 1970s. But I'm really excited to diving into that. What about you?
Well, speaking of diving into something, I'm diving into another cruise ship gig. So I actually leave Memorial Day weekend. Who could have figured a former sailor is now spending his career traveling and telling jokes on cruise ships? But it's
Couldn't
always
stay away from
fun.
the water.
Well, I just can't. But what I do enjoy is just to relax, but also keeping those in mind that did serve and pass away. And so we cannot forget those individuals. But Danielle, what we also can't forget is we got another great show lined up for you guys today. Okay, we're going to continue celebrating Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Month. And we're going to learn a little bit about the history behind hula dancing. Can I do
Nailed
it?
it. Every single group there. We're also going to learn about how to stay healthy while you travel this summer. So important. Plus, we meet the teacher of the year from Santa Barbara County. But first, we'll find out if pickleball is the real deal. I mean, deal. Sorry, pickle on the brain.
Ah, nice. Hey guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Danielle, I just came back from working out a little bit earlier today. And of course, we all know the benefits of staying active on both our physical and mental health. But if long runs on the treadmill or the elliptical machine don't sound very fun to you, we may have the perfect solution, right?
Yes, and we are on different time zones, so it's okay that I haven't worked out yet today, right, Quincy?
You're right.
The best kind of sports, of course, involve fun, friends, and good exercise. And if playing a game sounds like more fun than working out, then you might want to look into the hottest game in town right now, pickleball. Stu Upson from the USA Pickleball is here with all the juicy details. Welcome, Stu, to Main Street Living. Stu, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good to be with you all.
So, Stu, pickleball, one of the fastest growing sports in the US right now. Can you give us a quick explanation of what it is?
Sure, it's a paddle sport that kind of takes into a lot of elements of badminton and paddle tennis, and it's played with a paddle and a plastic ball, and it's on a court that's a lot smaller than tennis. The court is only 20 feet wide and 44 feet long, so it's a very kind of quick, active game. You don't have to run as much as you do in tennis, but it's still great exercise, and it's a kind of thing where you can play it in a lot of different places, whether it can be a public park, it can be a private club, it can be your driveway if you want to put up a portable net and tape the lines or even chalk the lines. So it's a very accessible sport for everyone.
Yeah, so Stu, I'm myself, I have to say, I am a self-proclaimed great badminton player. Okay, I have to tell you this because I am really good at it. But why do you think people are gravitating towards pickleball rather than tennis or badminton? I have a lot of fun at it.
Yeah, well, one of the great things about pickleball is that it's pretty easy to learn. If you have any athletic ability, any hand-eye coordination, you can get out there in an hour or so and
Mhm.
not embarrass yourself. You don't have to take years of lessons like golf or tennis to be pretty good. And so that's a big part of it. As I said before, you can play it in a lot of different places, but also it's a really social, welcoming sport. There's a culture to pickleball where whether you're a beginner or whether you're a pro who's been playing for 10 years, people embrace the sport and want other people to come in and be a part of it. So it's lots of fun, and you can get out there with better players and relax and get some good exercise and not feel pressured to be great.
Ah, It may be the sport.
So it's pretty easy to learn. Okay. Is it hard to find a court to play on or other players to play with?
It's not hard, but it is a challenge for the sport because it is growing so quickly. The demand for courts is outpacing the availability. But we have on our website, on usapickleball.org, we have something called Places to Play, where anybody can get on there and search their state and their town, and they'll find clubs, courts that are available, and you can reach out to them and get involved. But we have a big push to try to get more courts being built. In some places, tennis courts are being converted to pickleball courts, which works well for us because you can fit 4 pickleball courts in the space of 1 tennis court. So you can have up to 16 people playing as opposed to just 4 in tennis. But the preference is to have more pickleball courts being built, and that's happening a lot around the country.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Now, in the world of sports, Stu, pickleball is fairly young, but a lot of people don't know it was invented only 57 years ago. I mean, that still sounds like a long time. Like, how did it get its name, pickleball?
The name pickleball, most people believe it was named after the dog, and I'll tell that story there. The game was invented on Bainbridge Island, Washington in 1965 by 3 families who were vacationing there, and their kids were bored, and they created the game of pickleball by an old badminton net and a wiffle ball, and they made some wooden paddles. So that's how the game created. So most people believe that the name pickleball came after one of the family's dogs that was named Pickles. Nothing more complicated than that. Nothing technical, just that.
Pickles. Okay.
Okay. Well, let's get into the technical a little bit. Are there professional pickleball teams or tournaments?
Yes, there are 2 pro tours: the Professional Pickleball Association and the Association of Pickleball Professionals, and they all have multiple tournaments around the country. So anyone who wants to go check out some professional pickleball, get on their websites because they play coast to coast almost year round.
Gotcha. So, what would you say players love the most about playing pickleball? It's got to be something that when you do this, it just makes your heart flutter. I don't know if fluttering hearts is the best thing, but
well, it's interesting when I talk to people who play the game. They don't say they just play the game. They say they're addicted to it, and it's almost become a lifestyle for a lot of people. People will play 4 or 5 times a week, and they can get out there for a couple of hours and play a lot of different games with different people. So there's that social element that I mentioned before. But 2 hours, you get a lot of exercise, and you can do it as often as you like. And then guess what? Then you can go have a cheeseburger and a beer or a glass of wine afterwards.
Now that makes sense to me. I'm in, Daniel.
Okay, I have 2 questions. First of all, do you get to eat pickles after? And second of all, is this mostly younger people, older people doing this?
I hate pickles.
What?
I hate pickles. They've disgusted me since I was a little kid. So,
oh man, so no pickles at your pickleball tournament.
But want to do pickles afterwards? That's totally up to you. But please don't invite me. But to your second question, the game started as a game that was really great for seniors because they could play but not have to run as much compared to tennis, which is a great game. Don't get me wrong, but tennis you have to serve overhand and run around. So it started as a game in the senior communities and a lot of it in the Sun Belt, California, Texas, Florida. But now it's evolved to this game where everybody is playing. So the fastest growing parts of the sport are 18 to 55. It's also great because it is a game where grandparents can play with their grandkids and anyone in between. So that's one of the great appeals of the game.
Well, I have to say, Stu, I don't think the creators of this game would be happy that you don't like pickles. They're dog. But
I love the dog. I just don't like the food.
Yeah. Well, really quickly, how can our viewers get more information about pickleball opportunities in their area?
Yeah, usapickleball.org is the best resource. And then there's a tool called Places to Play. And you can find courts and things going on wherever you live in the country.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, Stu, thanks so much. I feel like I've been hearing about pickleball for years now. I remember back when I lived in Wyoming, I saw the seniors pickleball league, and then the last place I lived in Las Vegas had a court at the apartment complex. So I think it is growing. It's good to see. Coming up next, we get to experience a Rhode Island artist's incredible creations. Hey there, and welcome back into Main Street Living. Now, there are so many reasons to buy local. If you can buy fresher food from a local grower or one-of-a-kind art from a local creator, it's a win-win for the whole community.
So true, Danielle. Artists who contribute so much to their culture and vibrancy of their communities, they mean a lot. In fact, check out these incredible creations by the glass artists in Providence, Rhode Island.
The first time that I had seen glass making in 1997, I fell in love with it. It's a very seductive medium, and it's full of challenges, which I liked, and it's very hands-on. For tens of thousands of years, humans have gathered around fire. It's a really important part that I don't want to see gone. We still need that. It's really important. The very first part of the process of every cup is to go to the furnace, put the pipe in the furnace, and spin the glass up like a stick in honey. That's called a gather. That's how every piece starts. It starts in its infancy in our glass furnace at 2,000 degrees. After we get the gather, we'll form and shape it with different tools. And then we'll take it using heat and gravity, fire, and start to form it into what we want to see. We work in teams of two. It's a traditional old world style glass making. We'll work together almost like a choreographed dance. I'm very thankful to have people by my side like that in this journey. Just give it a little vibration here. Snaps right off. You can go to school for glass making, and that's great, but you need the experience and the time under your belt. You know, roughly about 10,000 hours. I would say glass helps me be centered. A lot of people that come in here and take classes, they feel that same feeling. There's no playbook for glass. That's the tricky part. There's so much you can do with the material that keeping it simple sometimes is the toughest thing to do. So now that we have a general understanding of how these cups are made, this is the finished product. Anytime I'm making an object or anybody here at Gather to go out into the world, there's a lot of emotion and feeling that's invested into it. We love what we do, but more importantly, we like it when people love what we do. One of the other big parts of Gather is being part of our community. If we don't have our community, we don't have anything. So if we can support our community where it needs it most, for instance, we make a honeybee glass. There's a portion of the proceeds from the honeybee glass that go to the Rhode Island Food Bank. Very important in times like these. If there's one positive thing that we can get out of this pandemic, it's to really realize that this world is extremely small and we're all part of it together. So we really need to take care of each other and we need to give back.
Wow, Quincy, incredible, incredible artwork. Of course, you can find more info about the Gather Glass Studio, the classes they offer, and even shop some handmade products on their website, gatherglass.com.
And up next, Danielle, how much do you know about Hawaii?
Not enough.
We'll find out next. Hey guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Danielle, for many of us, images of tropical paradise with swaying coconut palms probably involve Hawaii, right? And since the Hawaiian Islands are a part of the United States, they seem a little familiar to us, right?
That's right, but it's so important to think about it as more than just a vacation spot. We have to learn about its fascinating history and culture. So, Hawaiian cultural practitioner Vincent Iokima Souza is here with us to give us a little schooling and some fascinating facts. Thanks so much for joining us, Vincent.
Velina Miki aloha, greetings. I am so honored to be here.
So, of
Aloha, I'm
course,
missing my lei.
Aloha, you have to visit and we will share this with you.
so of course, we are celebrating AAPI Heritage Month in May, but sometimes you'll notice more letters in that acronym, NH, standing for Native Hawaiian. Why is it so important to make that distinction?
You know, that's very important to us as AAPI culture itself. You know, we're very proud as Native Hawaiians to be a part of the AAPI culture. But for so many years, Native Hawaiians have been lump summed into the PI part of that acronym. And although we're very, very honored to be a part, we really are not part of the Pacific Islanders. We have genealogical connections, of course, through our Pacific Island cousins, the Fijians, Samoans, Tahitians, Tongans, et cetera, et cetera. But Hawaii is the most isolated islands in the world, sitting far in the northern Pacific Ocean. And as such, we actually have our own distinct database, if you want to call it that, analytics and everything that goes with it. And for under AAPI, we are typically lump summed, as I mentioned, into that. And it wasn't really brought to attention and recognized that we are distinct in our own way, really until the President Barack Obama administration, who recognized that AAPI should really be AANHPI because of our distinctness. And it was instituted on a White House level initiative, and it continues through with the current administration of President Joseph Biden, that we truly are AANHPI.
Nice, nice. And, I can certainly appreciate you going in depth with that. And we got so many more questions to ask. So I have to ask this. Can you tell us a couple of interesting pieces of the Hawaiian history and, things that most of us probably wouldn't even know?
Sure, absolutely. You know, you've mentioned Hawaii is known as a paradise, a place to visit. However, our history tells us, which wasn't even taught in schools when I was there, Hawaii has its own unique history in the sense that we were once our own sovereign kingdom, our island kingdom. We had a royal monarchy. That history was somewhat whitewashed when our Hawaiian kingdom was overthrown on January 17th, 1893. Sadly, through some assistance of citizens as well as representatives of the United States, we were annexed in 1898 to the United States, became a territory in 1900, and eventually the 50th state in 1959. However, most people think, oh, we're just part of the United States, and they never delve into the true background or history of that. And that is something that we constantly want to share, showing our uniqueness of where we came from, especially as indigenous people, like so many other indigenous people throughout the country.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, speaking of uniqueness, one thing that seems synonymous with Hawaii is hula. And we know that you run a hula school in Las Vegas. Why is hula so important to the Hawaiian culture?
You know, our hula school, Ka'ilihao Hula, has been here in the Las Vegas Valley celebrating 13 years. But my time with hula goes back decades, very important to our ohana, our family, our grandmother, and all of those around us brought us up in the fashion of hula. But I think what best says it is the motto of our last king, King David La'amea Kalakaua. Hula is the language of the heart, therefore the heartbeat of the Hawaiian people. Why is that so? We are an oral tradition. We utilize oli, chant, hula dance to basically perpetuate our culture, to tell our history, to tell our stories, to tell our genealogy, our mo'okuauhau, to carry on all aspects of Hawaiian life. So hula itself, it allows us to preserve and perpetuate who we are as Hawaiian people.
Gotcha. So what are some of the important lessons to be learned from hula? if you're not Hawaiian, I should say?
If you're not Hawaiian, you definitely have a love for hula or the culture of Hawaii. What's important is that you learn that hula teaches you to be a part of this world as one in peace and humanity. We allow ourselves not just to learn the stories and the histories, but hula allows us to be a part of this world, making sure that we malama, or we care for one another, share all that we have, whether you are of Hawaiian blood, Hawaiian ancestry or not, and do so through the art and perpetuation of our dance.
So at your school, do you have then Hawaiian and non-Hawaiian dancers as well?
We sure do. We have many of our students are either from Hawaii or their families moved here from Hawaii and they've grown up here in Las Vegas, so they may not know the culture. But we have students who are of Caucasian ethnicity. We have students from Japan, who are part of our halau. We have students that come to us from all walks of life. And the one main character is, whether you're of Hawaiian blood or not, you love and have respect and honor for our Hawaiian culture and our genealogy as Hawaiians, and the love of Hawaii in itself.
Yeah, and I can see your passion is shining through in this interview, but tell us really quickly, like, what do you enjoy most about hula?
What I enjoy most about hula is the opportunity as an educator, as a lecturer of Hawaiian history and culture, being able to share that culture. I am now thousands of miles away from our native homeland, Hawaii, here in Las Vegas, but I am able to continue to perpetuate all of the stories, all of the history of our kupuna, our elders, to those who now call Las Vegas home, whether they, as you mentioned, whether they are of Hawaiian ancestry or not. So allowing myself to be able to perpetuate that culture on a daily basis, a weekly basis, is my passion.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
I just feel like hula combines so beautifully storytelling and dance. I always feel like I'm being told a story when I watch it. So we so appreciate you sharing your stories with us today. How can viewers get in touch or find more information?
Please go ahead and visit our website, kailihaohula.org. I believe it'll be on the site here. And get in touch with us. We would love to share that. And we'll share more posts later on through that website on social media.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Or teach us again. Thank you. Is it mahalo?
Mahalo.
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 Okay.
Mahalo.
I learned something at least. Thank you so much, Vincent.
Aloha.
All right. Well, let's keep this AAPI train rolling. Coming up, AAIP leaders in California. Welcome back into Main Street Living. Here we are continuing to celebrate AHNHPI Heritage Month. We want to show you the final segment of the Orange County Grantmakers video series spotlighting the AANHPI population in their community.
Yeah, Danielle, the Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander communities in Orange County, California, are producing young leaders who are creating paths to make the future brighter for everyone in the region. Take a look.
As young new leaders are very creative because we have a very rich history. We are that 1.5 and second generation that we have to figure out a lot of things on our own. We have been equity advocates since we were children because our parents did not know how to speak English. And now we are going through the pandemic and we have survived the pandemic. So we're very resourceful and we truly believe in the power of collectivism.
As a young leader, I'm definitely inspired by seeing just brand new community members. I'm just stepping up and just taking on leadership roles, or just people who want to be just more involved, whether they're in high school or they're senior citizens. We've seen a wide range, and that's just very inspiring to see, because it doesn't matter how long we've been involved in community work, as long as we want to take that first step. That's to me is a huge step that we all need to be able to work together.
I believe young people, young Asian, young Vietnamese people are playing a really big role in shifting the ways that immigrant refugee communities are heard in Orange County. There's been a lot of changes in the past few years where local leaders are starting to respond more to their needs. But there's also a lot of changes in the way that we collaborate. And so I hope young people continue to feel like their experiences matter, that they're being heard. But I also know and am confident that they're going to continue to speak up for what they believe in, continue to organize and build solidarity with the communities around them.
Some of the trends that I have been noticing, and this is specifically for the Filipino American community, is that in Orange County, we're starting to see various different Filipino American groups pop up in various spaces. And it's like the Filipino American community is finding its voice in Orange County. There are various groups that are involved in businesses, entrepreneurships, working with ways to help local businesses thrive. But at the same time, those organizations are doing their due diligence to connect with community members.
As young leaders, we are truly a force to be reckoned with because we are here for the right reason. We have run on so little resources and sometimes nothing, but we cannot always run on passion. We need help, and we need support, and we need trust from the funder and all those that before us, so we can be included in the important conversation.
There are new leaders, fresh ideas, and there are people who have been around for quite some time, but they just did not have the opportunity or didn't have the avenues to show who they are. And during this pandemic, you really were able to see who were actually in the community centers, who were actually working on the ground. So what is new is that there's visibility. And at this moment, we are being listened to.
Wow, Danielle, I have to say, this has been a really great series in getting a different viewpoint regarding the Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander communities.
That's right. You can find more information or watch the full video series at ocgrantmakers.org.
Well, stick around because up next, we got some tips on the way for healthy summer travel. I don't know if I need those tips.
Welcome back into Main Street Living Q. As we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we are heading straight into Memorial Day weekend, which means that summer is just around the corner. And the arrival of summer means that vacation season is officially here.
Like, yay! Like the Muppets, yay!
It's not as exciting for you because you're on the cruise ships every week.
Well, you know, I do have a lot of fun, but around here, we're very excited to have the host of one of our sister Your View shows, Alive and Well, here to talk about all things wellness and how that fits into summer travel plans. Welcome back to Main Street Living, Michelle Harris. How you doing there, Michelle?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me back. And Quincy, I am so jealous of you because it sounds like you're always out on a cruise.
You know, I try to hide it, but then I don't do a good job of doing that. So, but I really do enjoy traveling. But for the viewers who aren't familiar, can you give us a little overview of what they'll see when they watch your show Alive and Well?
Well, we are a wellness-oriented lifestyle television series. So we're just all about having fun, getting the most out of life, and really looking and feeling your best while you're doing it.
Well, we also know on your show, you have some incredible travel adventures of your own. How does travel fit into that wellness lifestyle?
Well, travel and wellness go hand in hand now. As a matter of fact, we just gave away a trip to the Fairmont Orchid in Hawaii, which is great. And that's one of the ways that wellness is fitting into travel because people are actually going on wellness travel destinations. So you want to go somewhere where you can have an aromatherapy massage, or maybe do a little bit of meditation or do some yoga. So it's not just kind of your same old experience. You're really getting relaxation and refreshing and rejuvenation at the same time.
Oh, wow. Now, see, Danielle, this is something I know Cheryl would just be loving over right now because she is the travel person here on Main Street. Now, for you, Michelle, we know that stress can suck the fun out of a trip, right? So, what are some of the ways that we can make the summer vacation stress free?
Well, we are going to bring the fun back to travel. And one of the ways we're going to do that is with the Moto Bag. And the Moto Bag is actually a motorized bag that fits in your overhead bin. And I think you have some footage of me actually riding the Moto Bag through the airport.
Oh,
So
wow.
you don't have to be stressed out trying to make your gate in time. You can just ride on the Moto Bag. And once you get to the gate, the Moto Bag will actually help to charge your electronics. So you can charge your phone and get where you're going really quickly and have a great time doing it.
Now, look how cool that is. I don't have to cheat and jump on those little riding carts when I don't have permission anymore. Just get my own motor bag. Nice.
I know. I'm always like, wait for me, cart. I want to get on there. But it's truly fun, and I love to drive the thing around even my neighborhood. It's really a great bag. And
Nice.
another thing that we have that's going to help you to be relaxed during your travel is from Attitude. And this is a wellness travel set, and this is actually made from bamboo. This is a pillowcase, but it's really soft, and so you can bring it with you for on your flight to cover the pillows they give you while you're flying. I guess if you're lucky
Oh,
enough to get a pillow while you're flying, but also when you get to your destination, it's great. So you have that soft pillowcase, and this is an eye pillow, again made with the bamboo, but it's scented it with lavender essential oils, so that again is helping you to relax. And then finally, bamboo, once again, very soft. This eye mask is actually puffy. So that way, if you're trying to get some sleep while you're traveling on a plane or however you're traveling, this is great for that. But also when you get to your destination, just helps you get a great night's sleep. So that's
nice.
another way you're arriving at your destination and you're not going to be stressed out and you're going to get a lot of rest when you get there.
Cool.
One of the things I think that stresses a lot of people out with airports is just staying healthy. So what are some tips for staying well and maintaining our immune systems while we travel?
Yes, and I know we're all thinking about our immune systems much more than we used to. One of my absolute favorite things to help support a healthy immune system is sambucol black elderberry. And here I have, this is an effervescent tablet. And this is great because you can take it on the plane with you along with gummies, or they have a syrup. They taste great. And one of the things I love about sambucol black elderberry is they use Hochberg black elderberries, which are European black elderberries, and they have 2 times the antioxidants that say your wild black elderberries have. So that way you're getting all that antioxidant power, and that's going to help you feel your best and really help support your immune system. Plus, it tastes delicious. I just love them.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
we
I mean,
also have, you don't want to get where you're going and get a sunburn because it's going to ruin your trip. So this is from Tizzo, and this is actually sunblock that has things in it, ingredients such as antioxidants that you apply topically. It's contained in the sunscreen that really improve the condition of your skin. So not only are you getting that sun protection so you don't get a sunburn, but it's going to make your skin look better at the same time. That's one of the reasons why I really love the Tizzo.
nice, nice. Now, what's your piece of advice, really quick, before we get out of here, for a successful summer trip, or your best piece of advice?
My best piece of advice is just to have fun. Really do everything you can so your trip is well planned. You're taking wellness into account, but you just want to use that time to create memories with your friends and family and just stay healthy and feel great while doing it.
I like
Did
it.
we hear about this little suitcase next to you as well? What is this little wellness bag
No,
we
this
have
is
here?
something that you can take with you. And I like it because it's just kind of, isn't it cool? It's like this little mini luggage, this pink mini luggage, and you open it up and oh my goodness, it has everything you need. Like if you wipe down everything, you say you're on a plane, you want to wipe down everything. Well, it has little antibacterial wipes. It has antibacterial hand gel. It has, believe it or not, mini soap and a mask. So this is kind of the latest and greatest in portable care that you can take with you, so you know that everything's like really super clean, and you just feel even more relaxed because you're just taking every precaution you can.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nice.
And if someone asks me, have you packed yet? I can be like, well, my wellness bag is packed because it's already packed for me. You clearly have a lot of great goodies. Oh, I'm sure. You have a lot of great goodies. Obviously, people are going to want to keep up. Where can viewers find Alive and Well?
Well, you can see us on Your View Sundays at 7:30, and you can also visit our website, aliveandwell.tv.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing those helpful tips as I go on another trip out to sea.
Yes. I want to be you.
Awesome. Thank you. You have a great rest of the week.
You too.
All right. Well, Danielle, coming up next, we're going to stay out there in California, right? This is one of the state's top teachers that we're going to get a chance to find out. Stay right there. Hey guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Danielle, all this talk about summer vacations has me thinking about back when those words actually meant even more than they do now, right? Like when I was in school a long time ago, okay? Summer vacation sounded like 3 months of freedom, right?
That's right. Well, unless you were a complete teacher's pet like I was in elementary school, especially, the only thing that made me a little sad about summer vacation was not seeing my teacher every day, right? I had some good teachers when I was young. That's how important teachers are to kids. Let's take a look at this inspiring teacher who was named the 2022 Teacher of the Year for Santa Barbara County.
My name is Allison Blanton, and I teach 5th grade out here in Lompoc at Miguelito Elementary School.
So when someone says you're a bull in a china shop, it might mean that you're just a little rough, like you said, or reckless.
So 5th graders are capable, they're independent, they are so good at working together, they have so many ideas.
Okay, so car ride down a hill, what is that similar to? Whose experience did that sound like?
I truly believe to teach them, I do have to reach them. They have to know that I'm not there to yell at them and punish them or to scream or be mad when something isn't right. I'm there to help guide them and lead them and hear them, but we're also here to learn. And learning happens when you're ready. That is the idiom, the literal meaning.
She's kind, she cares a lot about us, she helps us understand things, she's really good at teaching us.
She's really good with the kids. She really does care about their heart and her feelings, and I can say that's something that I've learned from her, is to really take in how they're feeling and their emotional and their mental well-being. And she does a lot of that with the kids, and they love her for that.
She's really nice. She's never hard on anybody. She's there for you when you need her. Miss Blanton, she's fun. Really fun, and she's funny.
Everybody go whoosh! That's the butterfly feeling, right?
She's good at her job, she knows what she's doing, and she loves it. I think that's what makes a difference, and that positive attitude that she brings off to the school, into her community, into her classroom, makes a huge difference.
So being the Santa Barbara County Teacher of the Year for me means that I actually just have the unique opportunity to share with others what so many other teachers are doing. I am no different than all the other hardworking teachers throughout this entire county. I just have the unique opportunity to get to share what it is that we are all doing and to spotlight on our profession.
It's raining cats and dogs? What do you mean? That's horrible.
Doesn't matter what grade I teach, it's the looks on their faces, it's the things that they say, it's the joy that they bring. It's the good days, it's the bad days, it doesn't matter. What I love about teaching, it's those aha moments. It's the, oh, I get it now. Oh, I see. And I just think those are the moments that I wouldn't trade for anything.
Wow, Danielle. I can tell you this, my daughter had a teacher like this when she was in the 2nd grade. And to be honest, teachers that can have a healthy balance of not only being firm, but also having a big heart, those are who students remember when they become adults like us, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And I love that she said that she's not there to yell at them. She's there to listen to them. And I think that's so important. And also, I was so distracted by these 5th graders all with their laptops, because that is not what 5th grade was like for me. So that was surprising to see, but it's good to see how far education has come, I guess. Coming up, we have more Main Street Living straight ahead. Welcome back into Main Street Living one last time. Another great show, Quincy. Another great one in the books.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got another great one in the books. And of course, Cheryl, we miss you. Continue to get healthy, girl. We know you're strong. Okay. And also, don't forget, guys, you can catch our episodes on our Cox Contour app. So past and current.
That's right. New shows, 9 p.m. local time on Mondays.
Okie dokie. So we'll see you all right back here next time for another exciting show on the Main Street. Bye-bye.